cloud. There we go. All right. So I'm using the new pinks, the warm pinks and the cool pinks. They fit nicely in our compact. Okay. The perfect palette. But I always start my eye makeup with eye primer. So if you have your eye primer, that's the first thing I always put on. So I do personally have oily skin. In the last couple of years, my lids have, this is where eczema shows up, is like on my eyelid. So if you notice, I have no eyeshadow on, but it is kind of a little darker. You see that? What the eye primer does is it actually evens the skin tone. So right away, when you put it on, you're gonna have really a nice clean base. You wanna use your ring finger to apply it because that's gonna be the weakest finger and the most gentle. And a little goes a long way. So I just squirt out a tiny little dot on my finger and tap it on my lid. And I even go under along where I put my eyeliner. Okay. So you're just gonna go ahead and tap your eye primer on. If you don't have eye primer, this product, it does wonders. So like I said, my skin is oily. My eyelid skin is not oily. However, when I wear eyeshadow without the primer, have you ever had that where halfway through the day, all your eyeshadow is right here in the center and you have no other, this stops that from happening. So what the eye primer does is it absorbs that little oil that collects and it keeps your eye makeup in place. And so it will last all day. So I do my eye makeup once in the morning usually, and I never touch it again. So whenever we're on these, evening Zooms, I don't have to do anything to my eye makeup. It's all, in place and perfect. And it's because I start with eye primer always. So now that gives my eyelids more of an even canvas. My eyeshadow will show up brighter. Now, if you want more pop to your eye makeup, you're going to want to use a little bit of either your foundation or your concealer that match your skin tone. So if you want more pop, like you want the color to be more intensive. So on a regular basis, I don't do this step. I do this when I want to, look extra fancy for a night out, for a wedding. I would do this on a bride. I would do this when maybe some pictures are going to be taken and I want my makeup to be more bold. So when you want more natural, you don't need to do this step, but when you want bold makeup, you want to either use your foundation or your concealer. So I'm going to go ahead and use a little concealer just so you guys can see the difference. You know what, maybe I'm going to conceal my right eye and not the left because I'm not going anywhere. So you can see the difference between when I use concealer and not.
And what color concealer is that?
So I'm using, I believe it's, oh, I thought I grabbed my concealer. I grabbed under eye corrector.
Oh.
Okay. Well, my concealer is deep ivory, but.
So are you using the concealer that would go with your skin tone?
Yeah. So
just to even it out? Okay.
So just to make it more opaque. So this is under eye corrector, so that's not the right product.
That's a peach
but I'll just blend it in and I'm gonna
grab the under eye corrector as well.
Under eye corrector is gonna go under the eye. That's I thought I grabbed my concealer, but they look the same, so make sure you grab the right thing. So I always do a triangle for my under eye corrector. And then I use my ring finger. Again, it is going to be the most gentle to kind of tap it into place.
And we do have a concealer brush, it's to be able to tap on that concealer. But a little tip that we learned from, of course, Luis Casco and many makeup artists is that it's better to use your fingers to warm up the product to your skin. And it blends in nicely, especially because you're doing concealer and you want it to really blend in with your foundation. And then like Alice is doing like a sponge blender. Using
Yeah,
this.
so I have the blending sponge, the little the one that has the point.
Yeah, the blending
But
sponge.
I also keep extra of these little sponges that we sell.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to use those from time to time. Especially when I've washed the other one and it's still a little wet and I want to, so I just grabbed a new one for this training. So I like to dab it in place with my finger and then I use the sponge. Also, the note on the concealer brush, they work great for our cream shadows. So if you are going to use the concealer brush for a cream shadow, make sure you have two. One for your cream shadows and one for your concealer. Because as much as I wash my brushes, there's little sparklies left behind on that. and you want to make sure that you're not, when you're using concealer, you're concealing. And when there's little sparklies, you're not. That's drawing attention to. So it's defeating the purpose. Okay. So because I didn't bring the right concealer or concealer at all, I brought under eye corrector, I'm going to use a little bit of my foundation. So my foundation shade is W, these long names, Ivory 150. W stands for warm, and then Ivory 150. And I use the matte. So I'm going to put that on my lid. But I'm only putting it on this one right eye. So you'll see the left eye is going to look a little softer. Just so you can see the difference.
How's it looking to you guys so far?
So you see?
Yeah.
Can you see the difference? Good. Okay.
Okay. Now, the next thing that I always do is my liner. And the reason I do my liner next is because I like to smudge it and I like it to look more natural. I'm using our pencil and our pencils have this little sharpener on the tip here. Whenever I show people, there's always somebody that says, I had no idea that was there. So I don't necessarily need a sharp point because our pencil goes on so nice and it glides really softly. But if you're trying to get a really fine line and you don't want to use liquid, you can do that with this by sharpening the point. So what I like to do is I start in the corner of my eye and I'm going to draw little tiny feather-like strokes across you want to draw right in the line. So I'm literally drawing where my lashes are, not on the water line, not in there, because that's how your eye breathes. I'm drawing right in the hairs that are my eyelashes. And I always take my, now depending on the size of your eye, I always take my eyeliner in about 2/3 of the way. If you have really small eyes, you maybe want to go just halfway because you don't want to draw all the way into this corner because it closes your eye. So if you have larger eyes, you have a little more area to work with. But the whole idea is to draw, like already just with this one line, you can already see where your attention goes, right? So I'm going to do the same thing in my lashes on the top. But I don't, because I am going to smudge it a little bit, I don't have to do a perfectly straight line. So this is where I feel like people really try to, if you're writing with like a liquid pen, want that perfectly straight line. And there's ways you can cheat to get that. But with a pencil, you can be a little more forgiving, right? So you get it as bold as you want it. And then here's my little hack. This is what I do. I take my smudger brush and I smudge right over that liner. And because I have dark hair, I put some of it in my brows.
Nice hack. Multi-purpose.
Yeah.
So our liner is so velvety smooth, right? You see how she's already kind of starting to soften, and the fact that she can lift right there from the pencil to fill in her brows is super velvety smooth. And that's what you want around your eyes. You don't want anything dragging or dry. You want something that's smooth and blendable.
Exactly. And I do use a brunette brow liner, but I don't always have to.
So that's the beauty about products, multi-purpose, right? Because when you're trying to get out the door, you just want to be able to use one as few products and as few tools as possible. Yeah. Hey, Gloria Kenny, welcome. I see you.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing on this side, but remember this side doesn't have all the foundation. So already, I noticed my line was a little different.
Are you guys noticing how the product is going on and how it's settling?
Yeah.
The difference?
Yeah.
So that smudger brush is one of my favorites. It's short and compact, so it could deposit color quickly, right? As you see, Alice working here very quickly. When you're doing customer service and training with your customers, you want to show them the beauty hacks, right? That nobody else, Macy's not going to show it to them. They go to get the makeup done, they just do it to them, but you're going to show them the beauty hacks so they can learn how to use our products for more than one purpose and show them how to use it quickly. Get out the door.
The biggest thing I get from people is that they don't want to spend so many hours doing their makeup.
Right.
And I tell them it takes me 15 minutes to do my eyes. Well, actually, I do my whole face in 15 minutes when I'm not talking about it. The other thing I use, consultants, we're all consultants on here, right?
Yes.
So we have these little wands we can buy in section 2. So I keep one in my makeup brush and I use this. Then when I do use the liner, I use it to like smooth out the little hairs. So it's like a little comb for my eyebrows only. And even when I use my brunette liner, I use this so it looks more natural, because what it does is it combs over the color and pushes. Now I tweeze my own eyebrows. I got them waxed. I don't know, it's almost been 2 years now, I think, because in COVID, everything closed and my daughter wasn't confident waxing there yet. So I didn't let her touch that. So I had got them waxed. And what I typically was doing was every several months, I'd get them cleaned up, get a wax. But I didn't want to do that often because every time you rip that wax off, you're breaking the elasticity in this skin right here, right? And I already have a hooded eye, so I don't want to add to that. So I would get it shaped and then I would tweeze in between. And so I've been tweezing now for almost 2 years. And then where I want the arch, I'm using the brush and the product to create more of that arch. So it's visible, right?
Right.
Your eyebrows are really important. They frame your eyes the way your hair frames your face. So you never want to like ignore them. And then, I have my brunette pencil if I need to do any kind of additional, but usually the eyeliner hack is usually sufficient for what I'm doing. Then I always, from that point, I go to my darkest color. So I'm going to use this matte. Here's another tip actually. So see in these colors, there's like 2 shimmers and 2 mattes in each one.
Yeah.
Always want to use at least 1 matte and 1 shimmer. So you have the depth from the 2, right? If you use all shimmer, everything is so sparkly, people really kind of don't know what to look at and it could look like a mess. And if you use all matte, it's going to be kind of more subdued. And if you're going for that look, you could do that. Maybe you're going to really have bright red lips or something. But I like to mix a matte and a shimmer, and then I can add more of whatever color I need in the middle. So I'm going to use this dark one. right here. It's a matte.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm using my definer brush. So this comes in our brush set. And I'm just gonna put this in the corner here. So the amazing part of this brush is you can kind of push it right into this fold here of your eye. And it's gentle enough, it's not gonna hurt me. So you're gonna make, I always think of like Pac-Man, right? It's the corner. So you're gonna go into the fold of your eye. If you have hooded eyes, you wanna go just slightly, like you'll feel that bone right there. And then across the bottom, the top lashes here. So it's like a sideways V or Pac-Man, whatever you need to think of, triangle. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other. I hope you guys aren't hearing all tons of background noise.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yes, but we're ignoring it. You're good.
Mhm.
We're mesmerized by your makeup techniques.
Right.
Yeah.
So what questions do you guys have for Alice?
The definer brush. I don't have a definer brush.
It
Okay.
comes in the, I think I've used mine so long, I rubbed off the,
See.
it comes in the brush set.
Right. So
And
in your special brush collection, you get an all over shadow brush. You
That's
get the
this
eye crease
shadow.
brush, the
Yeah.
eye smudger
Oh,
brush.
eye crease. That's
Yeah.
what it is. Eye crease.
Yeah. You get a
Okay.
cheek brush and
Okay.
the all over powder brush,
Okay.
right?
Oh, I'm using, this is the crease one.
The crease brush.
I think the
Mhm.
previous brush set, it was called the definer, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. That's okay.
And my words have totally rubbed off my, because this is where I hold it. So,
So your crease brush is just 12. You can just get the crease brush a la carte. And honestly, you guys, I have the brush collection, but there's several brushes of which I have one or two of like she mentioned. You
Mhm.
want more than one color cream brush, right? So you want to keep it clean. You want to keep it hygienic. Because I use a color cream brush to put on my lipstick.
Mhm.
So I actually have 3 of them, right? And then the eye crease brush, I use that a lot. So don't feel like you know, you have to limit yourself to just one. Think about how you do your makeup, how quickly you'd want to do it. And the more tools you have to work with, the faster and more professional your makeup is going to look.
Mm.
So get your essential brush set, but add things to that you find you need multiples of.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are consultants. You only pay 50%. So the eye crease brush is only $6 for you.
so this is our new brush. This is the eye blending brush, and I'm using this shimmery color from, it kind of looks like a darker rose gold to me. And I'm gonna put that right in the center here.
Okay.
So I'm patting to make it stronger. If you want your color lighter, you're gonna do more of a swiping motion. If you want it stronger, you're gonna pat. So I want it a little bit more bold. So I'm gonna pat the color in. And I haven't blended anything yet, so it should look like 2 different colors. And then because I have a second blending brush, because I have the original one that came in my set, I'm gonna use this other pink shimmer from the silver side, which is a little bit brighter pink. And I'm keeping that kind of in the middle, but a little bit more on the inner side of my eye.
So you kind of look like you're working your eye application in thirds on your eye because you have a lot of space. So
Yeah, so I'm-
light on the inside, next lightest, and then dark on the outside. So you look
Right.
like you're working in thirds almost.
Almost thirds, but I'm gonna use a 4th color to really bring it home. Now
To
this
really
is this is another crease brush that it had something else on the other end and it broke, but I love this brush. So, you know, we all have those. I've got like 20 brushes. So this one I use for the lightest color. So my lightest color I'm going to use is this light, almost my skin tone color.
Mhm.
Okay. And that one I'm going to put on this very inner corner and take it right under my eyebrows. So I'm going to tap a little bit in here and then I'm going to swipe it under my eyebrow. Okay.
Is that a matte or is one of the shimmers?
It's actually in the gold side, one of the in the warm pinks. I'm using the two shimmers.
Okay.
That I have is my darkest tone in the cool pinks.
Okay.
So I only have one matte in this corner here and the rest are shimmer. So I'm putting a little, it's like a skin tone shimmer. And I
So you're
always
mixing the warm with the cools. How fun.
Yes.
No rules.
These are my favorites. Oh my gosh. So I've been wearing pinks ever since our pink suit. And when this came out, I was like, they have my number. It's like all my favorite colors. I love rose gold. I love silver. I love pink. I love that plum color. So I'm mixing the two. So I've just put this together for myself and was like, okay, my new go-to. So this is a new combination. I actually haven't done this one yet, but I just thought I would try it with you all on here.
Which brush is that again?
So it's another crease brush, but it's one I keep for only light colors. So I use this for like moonstone, or I use it when I'm doing biscotti. So anything light that I want to put on the inner corner of my eye. So I never mix the, even I wash my brushes. I try to wash them once a week. Sometimes it's once every 2 weeks for my makeup brushes, but like these both are basically the same brush, but I only use this one for light colors and this one for darker colors.
Okay.
As much as I wash them, I feel like you can't get it completely brand new again. So I always have them separate.
Have extra brushes. Yeah.
And
So
then
you go ahead, Alex.
I was just gonna say so once I have 4 colors on. I don't know, can you see that I have 4
Yes.
colors on?
Mhm.
Okay, so now I'm going to take the blending brush, and I love the new one from Mary Kay because it's so big and fat, and it'll cover a lot of area. And now I'm going to I'm basically just tapping over the lines of definition. So to kind of the idea is to soften that definition, right? I still want this color to be the darkest, but I want it to not look like I just took my eye and divided it into thirds.
So there's no such thing as over blending.
No. And the more you blend, the lighter it will get. So remember, so I just turn to the light. If the mirror is in front of the light you're looking at, you'll get the best lighting. So when I turn to the light and I can see if I took too much away. And I think I have them pretty even. What I noticed for me, I don't know if you guys can see this, but the eye that I put the foundation on, it blended a little bit easier. So to me, this side looks smoother than this side.
With
That's
nothing
just-
underneath.
Yeah, so this one has foundation underneath. This one has just the eye primer. Both the color is pretty intense. Like I can see
Yeah.
the color really well. And I'm trying to see if I turn this like this, if you guys can see.
Wow.
Does that help?
Beautiful.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can see the difference.
Okay. Then, so if you want to do more natural, you just do less colors. Like you could do just 2 lighter colors. So you could put like a mid-tone in the corner here, and then you can do the all over with that lighter color. So you can make this look more natural. I was going for using more colors just to show you how to do it. But I'm not done yet. So I'm using our cool new brush tool.
Oh,
I
yeah.
really do
Oh yeah, we're ready. We're ready.
like this, right?
Oh,
Aren't
Coach
these-
Jamil. Okay. I saw your stuff, so now you're gonna go make an appointment. Good girl.
Yeah.
We're ready. We're
Okay,
ready.
so next thing you want to do for your eyes when you have your shadow on how you want it. Once I'm done, I always take a sponge and I just make sure
Wow.
clean a little
I
bit.
was always like, how's Alice doing that? I blend it, but her line is so sharp.
So
Thank
remember I
you,
said I take
Alice.
several of these clean sponges. You didn't know that?
Oh, I just learned the hack. I'm usually the concealer. I usually get the concealer
Oh no.
and then try to, you know, do it. But
well,
okay.
and this shadow has like little to no fallout because I don't have anything that fell
Yeah,
here.
our shadows are amazing that way.
Right?
No fallout. Okay, so those
Okay,
eyes
so
are
I always
smoking.
clean and you want to clean on an upward motion here because we want to lift, right? We don't want our
Yes.
eyes to kind of, if the color goes down this way, it makes us look like we're frowning a little, right? We want it lifted. All right. Next thing I want to use is my lash primer. Then I won't have to do my mascara again the rest of the day, right? I'm all about one time and done. So lash primer. Now this brush is really cool, but the primer is clear. So I always tell my clients when they buy it, like, it's just going to feel a little wet. Like you're going to feel it go on to your lashes, but you won't see it.
I find that it does a great job of kind of separating and defining.
Yes.
Yeah. So it kind of prepares your eyelash to fall up that whatever mascara you choose. We have so many.
Yeah, and so what's kind of funny is before we had it, I used to put water on my lashes to do exactly what you're talking about.
I used to do, this has oil. So I used to do oil to do it. The white stuff is cotton, right? It's cotton on the actual brush. So it helps that oil to go on your lashes. That's what's giving a little pop and shine and a little definition. So then imagine your mascara is going to go on and just slide right on and then set.
I did not know that. Look at this. Okay, I'm using, this is my favorite right now. So the Fanorama. And you know, this is the Lash Love mascara formula. So when you're using your last Fanorama, you can take this brush, wash it, and put it in a new Love Lash, and you'll have the brush still, because that's the only difference is this brush. Or applicator, I should say. So
okay. Don't ask me for any of my Fanorama mascara, divas. I don't have any.
this is my favorite.
The brush is the brush is all in the design of the brush, because Alice is right. It's our Lash Love, which is one of our most popular formulas, but all of the design was in the wand, the brush itself. So I have customers that actually really obsess. I mean, how they decide to buy the mascara is they're looking for, do I want to extend my lashes? Do I want more definition? Do I need waterproof? Do I want length? Do I want volume? So depending on what they want to see improve with the mascara, we have the right one for them. So the Lash Love, though, is very popular because that gives a definition. And then when you have a heavy brush, like the one in the in that Fanorama, it's all about getting that product deposited heavily on your lashes. So that's how you get that voom. That's my fancy term for great lashes.
Well, and you can work it so many different ways. Like I can use the tip of it.
Right.
Get right in here in the small area. And then I can turn it. And this formula is water resistant. So it's not waterproof, but you could tear up in a movie and your mascara won't be running down your face.
You can mist a little bit at the wedding and you'll be fine. Your makeup will stay intact, especially if you use some finishing spray, which is another product another day. So your mascara, I know you guys know this. I have a mascara club. And if you don't have one, you might want to start one. It's every 3 months, the mascara needs to be replaced, whether she's used it every day or just once in those 3 months. And so if you notice that your customer or you yourself, your mascara is looking a little clumpy, is separating, it's just not going on as smooth, it's probably time to replace your mascara. And you guys have that secret 50% discount.
Mhm.
And if you haven't started a mascara club, I could share. Alice knows about it, but really, just make sure she gets a mascara every 3 months, and you're good.
Yeah, you want to make sure. The other thing too is if they haven't updated their eyeshadows, let's say they've been working with the same eyeshadows for 2 years, every time you touch the brush, touch your skin, and touch the makeup, it's putting bacteria there. So
Yeah.
the same, like, it's not as close as mascara, but they need to update it. After 6 months, your eye makeup could probably use some like freshening up. And I have found, just because I do have sensitive eyes, that if I keep up with that stuff, regular cleaning of my brushes, and we're always getting new colors. That's like one of the benefits of being a consultant.
One of the perks, right?
Right. I'm like, well, I have to try the new stuff. So I'm always freshening my eye makeup with new colors. But for your customers who maybe don't put makeup on as frequently or hadn't been, now it's time to look at what they have and do, like, a shake up your makeup appointment, or, something to freshen things up. There are new colors in this season. Pink is in, and that's why we have our palettes that just came out. And then, they need their new mascara every 3 months. They don't want to give themselves pink eye. I mean, and
Or contact lens wearers. Your eyes look beautiful, Alice.
Mhm.
thank you.
Did you see her eyes just come alive in front of our very eyes?
Right? They were
It's
totally
funny.
like,
It's all the eye play. So one of my favorite things to clean my brushes with, right, is, of course, you can use Dawn, but it's going to go on your face, your brushes, right? And we have a great eye makeup remover, but brush cleaner. But like Alice says, if you're doing your makeup every day, one, you need more than one brush, and you will figure out what your favorite ones are. If not, we can help you. But I love to use the 3-in-1 cleansing bar to clean my brushes. And I just have a bar and I just back and forth with the brush, right? Because you don't want to soak your brushes in water either, because that weakens the glue and breaks them down. So I just back and forth on that bar, and it's going to go on my face. I'm going to use those brushes on my face, and the facial bar is okay for your face. And so that gets them super clean, super fast, and it's good for your face. So if you don't have that 3-in-1 cleansing bar, you need to add it to your inventory. One, it's a great body bar. Two, since we're talking about keeping your brushes clean, it's great for cleaning your brushes quickly, where you don't have to soak them in water or use dishwashing soap. The brush cleaner is great for in between touch up, but for that really good cleansing that Alice is talking about, I recommend the 3-in-1 cleansing bar. That was my
that's how I was going to say, I only use the brush cleaner that we have for in between, like quick cleanings, just because you spray it on, and if maybe I want to use a different eye color and I've used all my brushes and now I need a new one, because that has happened. So I'll use that spray cleaner in between. But for a deep clean, the body bar is right, or the facial bar, I use that. That was actually one of the first products I was introduced to, because I have long hair. When you put conditioner on, I would get like back acne or something on my shoulders that I hated. And somebody suggested that bar, and I've had one in my shower ever since.
Yeah. So you need one to clean your brushes, and you need one in the shower, because I want my skin all over my body to be young. Okay.
And it's anti-aging.
Yeah. That's what I said. I want my whole body to stay young. So,
yes.
And I do have a few years on Alice.
Mhm.
Yeah, good job. So what did you guys like? Okay, we're going to wrap it up. So what did you guys like or learn from Alice's fabulous demo? I got like 2-3 tips, and I've roomed with Alice, and there's a couple of things she didn't tell me. So share quickly, you guys, put in the chat, or just come off and share. This is what you got, and this is what you liked from Alice's presentation.
Well, I like more use. I hadn't been using, as many brushes.
Mhm.
Right.
But now I can go further and experiment more and see, like you said, where the fit is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To handle that. Yeah.
Yeah. So good. Thank you. Who else? Jamel.
Yeah, I like the brushes as well. Plus, I like the fact that she used the different color shadows for different parts. That part I didn't know because I'm not a shadow wearer. And so I'm
Right.
trying to learn that because when I go out, I want to dress up and I want to do it myself. I don't want to have to call somebody to do it for me.
You
So,
can call Alice on me. We'll come over.
yeah.
It looks
Get you hooked
beautiful
up.
on you though. I see what you did. It looks
You
good. You
did
did a great
good. I was
job.
watching
Is it
you.
okay? Will
Yeah,
this
it looks
suffice for
beautiful.
day? I'm trying to get a day look.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
good. Yes, that's not too dark at
that's
all.
good.
That's great.
That's pretty. So just maybe a little bit more blending, girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, you've got the correct placement. Your eyes look open and the
Okay.
pink looks beautiful.
Yeah,
Well,
it
if I
looks
can learn
gorgeous.
to do the liner on top too, I've never been able to do that because it just goes crooked when I try it.
Yeah.
So eye shake,
There's a
which
tip
is
for you.
how I got that tip of,
Oh.
smudging it so that, and putting it first so my shadow can cover up anything that's maybe I don't want it there.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I smudge it, and that's
Mhm.
why I soften it so it's not a dark line.
Okay.
My one little tip I didn't tell you, if you want to use the pen, how we have that one pen,
Yeah.
and you want to do that little tail, you can
Uh-huh.
you can actually put a piece of tape, Scotch tape,
Oh,
and then you can draw your line.
wow.
And if you get it on the tape, it's okay because the tape is going to come right off. And
You
have
sound like a teacher. The teachers always have hacks. You sound like a teacher.
and
Right.
then in order to you whatever you have here, you can take a once it's dry, you can take a Q-tip and get that wet with eye makeup remover and clean up the line that's across the top here.
Okay.
Like tape.
Okay. Okay.
All free makeup remover is your friend.
Yes. Yes.
I just put a little bit, shake it up in the cap, and then get the Q-tip and go like that.
Mhm.
Oh,
And of course, I bling all my stuff out, right?
I was gonna say how I don't have that bottle. I'm with that cap.
So I've had this cap for a while. So when I go into a new bottle, I just throw out the old cap and put the new cap because I like to look at this.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Chela, you got anything to add or any comments or questions before we release everybody?
Well, I learned that I always do my eyeliner like on the bottom, like all the way, and I'm like, no. Now I learned that if I do it halfway, my eyes will look bigger, and that's the look I want to have. And I'm like, but I love my eyeliner under the eye, but I didn't know if I go halfway, that will make a big difference. Thank you, Alice.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
welcome. Yeah, I used to draw it all the way in, and then one of the classes we went to at the Fremont Training Center is where they told us that, and I thought, oh my gosh, my
It
eye
makes
looks
a
so
difference.
open.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, good.
Yay.
All right. Well, Alice, you look fab. You look
I
beautiful.
know.
And I got my couple of beauty hacks.
Mhm.
You made it look so easy. So
Yeah.
I
Thank you
think what
so
I heard you
much.
guys say is, oh, I need to get more brushes,
Yeah.
right? Because you
Yeah.
realize now,
Yeah.
right? And it just kind of depends on what you're doing. And then the more you practice, the more confident you're going to be. And you're going to figure out, like Alice, I need 20 brushes. Okay. But when I started off, I used one, right? That was comfortable for me.
Yeah.
And, Jamel, don't be, you did a beautiful job, but you can just do 2 colors, right?
Yeah.
To start off.
Okay.
And then we'll get more confident. All right. So anything else we need to do, Miss Alice, before we close the meeting?
No, I just want to remind them that Thursday we have our Best in Beauty with B, and next week we'll be doing cheeks and contour. So we'll definitely. So my eyes will be done. My cheeks won't be. We'll go over that part. Gina
And I'll try to
will.
appear like I lost weight by contouring my face.
Well, I actually want to have. I'm going to have us both do it because we would probably choose different cheek colors. So I think that would be good. Good part
Okay.
of the training. So
Ivory and ebony. That's
and
us.
bronze. we got everything.
We got it covered. All right, ladies.
All
Okay,
right.
so remember, each one, you guys have the challenge. Everybody, you can call me from the bus. Set up one interview in the next 24 hours. And you know what else you can do for us? Hey, pass the word to the consultants who are not here. Hey, we're supporting our directors. We're all taking on the challenge, one interview in the next 24 hours. Just call Alice, just call Gina. Okay?
Okay.
Did you guys have fun?
Yes. Yes.
Can I come back next week?
Yes. Definitely.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, I made it. Okay.
We love your energy, Gina.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so ladies, see you Thursday. You know, that one that you're gonna call, maybe she goes, no, I don't want to talk about the business. He said, okay, fine, then just jump on Thursday night. You'll get some free product. Sometimes people need to be layered. So you might first reach out and they'll go, no, I'll go, okay, fine. Get on this, you know, because it's not the recruiting interview. It's called a fun title. So, you know, get on and I'll give you a free eyeshadow, whatever.
Yeah.
An eyeshadow, it's only $4.25. Is that how much eyeshadow is nowadays? I don't even know. Right?
They're 8, so it only costs us 4.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you
Right.
go. All right, so see you Thursday, and I can't wait to hear. Okay, you know, I'm not competitive, Chella, right? So I'm not competitive, so I don't know how many interviews you all are doing, but I'm going for some numbers. And next week we'll see which unit got the most interviews booked. Ha ha ha. 'Cause, you know, I'm not competitive. I'm not competitive. All right.
You got it.
All right. Hey, have a good evening, ladies.
Have a good night.
Thanks for having me,
Good night.
Alice.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Chella.
Thanks
Thanks
for
for
joining us.
you.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Good night.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.